Hello everybody, it's Carrington from Parts Ungrown with Carrington. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is all about my home yoga practice and my yogi journey. I guess this is kind of more like a yogi origin story to some extent. So I'm just gonna get right into it. Basically what you're about to watch is a 30-minute practice that I did at home this weekend that I sped up by 3 times so I can fit into this nice, neat little 10-minute video for you. So I'm going to just answer a few common questions I get about yoga that I get from my Instagram, and then that'll be it. Let's get started. So I started practicing yoga about 10 years ago when I was 13, 14 years old. And I started because I was having a lot of joint issues from playing a lot of sports. I was a ballerina, competitive cheerleader, and I played other sports too, and it was giving a lot of sports related injuries, and I figured out that yoga would help me heal from them in a better way than just doing physical therapy. So my mom bought me my first yoga mat for Christmas that year. I actually still have that yoga mat, and I just started practicing at home. I was practicing in my bedroom with just an app called Yoga Studio, and I was using YouTube videos. What inspired me really to do certain yoga was Megan Curry. I found her on YouTube, and she just had the most beautiful videos that I could have ever seen. She lives out in Bali, I think now, and she just moves so smoothly, eloquently, and she's just so cheery in her spirit. She talks about moving like honey and how some poses feel yummy. And I really have always loved that verbiage when it comes to yoga, so I've adopted that actually when I try to describe what feels really good to me and my body. Now, because of the style of yoga that she does and teaches and whatnot, I actually do that at home. I call it yin vinyasa. So there are about 13 different types of yoga, but in yin and vinyasa are what you would normally think are total opposites, but you can kind of fuse them together. So basically what I do is I flow continuously, but I sink into poses slightly deeper and deeper so that I can get a nice good stretch. So I kind of stay in a pose for a solid 5 breaths before transitioning into the next one. I don't do it so that I am physically sore, but I do it so that I can feel tender and I feel worked, but that I feel energized after I do my practice. And the type of yoga that I would also say that I do is head, heart, and hip openers. So when I describe my practice, I'm including both my yoga and meditation. And that includes the postures in the pranayama, which pranayama means breath work. Building up that life force through your breathing. I actually have a very smooth, steady breath when I'm practicing, kind of like the same that you would have if you were going for a walk. But when I do meditation, I do structured breathing techniques. And I also do hip openers and heart openers. So a hip opener is just, stretching deeply in your hips. And I do that because I store a lot of my day-to-day stress in the myofascial tissue of my hips. And so opening them up allows me to de-stress. And I open up my heart, which really is just opening out my chest and my upper back, because I sit at a desk for 8 straight hours at work, and I like to realign my posture basically by doing that. And it also just feels really good to have my heart open up that chakra. So the chakras that I work on is the crown, the third eye, the heart, and the sacral chakras. If you don't know anything about chakras, we can talk about that in a different video, but that's what I mainly focus on. Now, what has yoga really done for me? I will say it has strengthened me mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. And it's just all the way around just so much better for me. I'm a much better person because I am consistent with my yoga and meditation practice. I started getting really into it when I was in high school, and so back then I was learning the philosophy of yoga, which is very funny to look back on because I ended up studying philosophy in college, and that's really kind of how I live my life, of course. And the one thing about yoga is the 8 limbs of yoga, and inside there's the yamas and niyamas. And one of them is ahimsa, which means nonviolent. And I actually have that tattooed on my arm. Ahimsa, to me, the best way to practice that is by causing the least amount of harm possible. And so I do that by being vegan. So I would like to attribute my yoga practice as being kind of a good motivator for me to go vegan, along with other things like understanding ethics and whatnot. But it has helped me with like maintaining a good healthy physique, a good mental health stability, and it also just allows me to connect with people in a better and a deeper way because of it all. And I will always practice yoga, and I will always meditate. Now, I do practice yoga only a couple times a week, and then I meditate every single day. It is very much so ingrained in me to like sit down or lay down or drive or walk and meditate for about 10 minutes minimum every day. But if I'm super busy, I definitely do 20 minutes because it's even more necessary when I do that. Now, because of my yoga practice, I always did it at home. In the true introvert style, I was not trying to go to no classes, and I didn't really start going to yoga classes until I got into college. I was fortunate enough to go to like a master class with Kina McGregor when she came to UVA, but outside of that, I wasn't really trying to take a lot of yoga classes. Ultimately, I had to suck it up and agree to like start going to studios so that I can get even more of an in-depth foundation of understanding it. And that is another reason why I went and did my yoga teacher training, my 200-hour registered yoga teacher training with Fly Dog Yoga here in Charlottesville, Virginia, is because I wanted to know more of the why of yoga, more of how of yoga. I didn't really care much about the postures. I cared more about like, why do we do the postures this way? Why do we breathe this way? Why is yoga so like pivotal to like maybe having like a slightly better life? That is why I went and did my training. Absolutely phenomenal. It was 9 weekends for 7 months. I had like the best group of people I could have done it with, 11 other wonderful human beings, and an amazing leader, Eliza Whiteman, and I just cannot be more thankful for that experience. And I will go forward and teach my style of yoga. I learned the Jean-Baptiste Journey into Power style Vinyasa yoga, but I will be teaching the warm and fuzzy head, heart, and hip openers to people, and that is why all my videos are like that. And if you ever get a chance to come take a class with me, that is what the focus will be on. I will always make sure that I teach something that is accessible for everyone. As you see in this video, I do a lot of pretty like intense postures and transitions. Maybe you saw where I tried to do a Panchamayurasana and then I fell over into a back bend. Total accident, but you know, it happens. You sometimes might, you know, have a little accident like that, but as long as you are aware of your body and catch yourself, you're fine. So there have been 3 instances in my entire life I actually bruised when I gave myself like a mild concussion because I fell flat on my face trying to do an arm balance. But I made myself a survivor. It was kind of rough because nobody was around when they happened, but it was totally fine. Anyhow, I can tell you this. The best thing about yoga is just being with yourself in that kind of capacity. It doesn't matter the clothes you wear, doesn't matter how nice your mat is or how much you're paying for your membership. It is about being with yourself and knowing yourself and aligning yourself and taking care of yourself. That is why I practice yoga, and that is why I share yoga with other people. The best thing that I can say is that yoga teaches me how to just breathe and be. Just breathe through anything and just be present. Because as long as you're still breathing, you still have a chance. And as long as you be yourself, you'll never feel lost. That is what yoga has taught me. And I hope you all have gotten a lot out of this little video of me rambling about my absolute admiration for yoga and other yogis and whatnot. And I hope that you continue to watch and practice my videos and let me know how it goes. Don't worry, they will get harder over time, and that is just for the betterment of us all. Anyways, Please like, comment, subscribe to this video channel, all of that good jazz. Follow me on Instagram or Twitter, where I post more about yoga, plants, and food. Much love for you all. Sending all the love and light out to you during these times. Take care.